Okay, so now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look here, and I need to make sure that this is pressed back at 2 5/8 because we added a 2-inch vent and plus the seam allowance. So that's 2 5/8 here, and that's good. And this one, I'm going to pull this over just a little bit here because it's just a little bit on that. It's just a little. It kind of came over when I pressed it, and so I'm just going to make sure that that's the 2 5/8. Yeah. Okay. So I just need to repress that just a little bit, and then that's here. Then I also need to press this up 2 inches because the hem is 2 inches. So I am going to measure, and that's a little bit too much right there. Looks good. Okay, so, and you want to kind of get this so it looks good. And I'm going to make sure I've got my 2 inches here. That looks really good. And then 2 inches here. And I'm just pressing this right now to do my mitered corner. And just to show you what we're doing here, this is a sample of a vent. And see how you have your overlap and your underlap. On the overlap, if you do a mitered corner here, it makes this, you don't have this big bulky seam right here or hem. So doing a mitered corner here is really great. You've learned how to do mitered corners where both edges are the same, but now I'm going to show you how to do a mitered corner where this edge is 2 5/8 and that edge is 2 inches. So, and if you look here, see how bulky and stuff that edge is, where if I have a seam that goes from here to here, that's going to look so much nicer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this, and then we'll mark it and go to the next step. So let me just put this on our little ironing board here, and I'm just going to press that. Now, I didn't use a press cloth because I forgot. It's sitting right here. I could use it. But I'm also on the inside of the fabric, so I'm not as concerned about it. But I think it's always good to use a press cloth. And you guys have your silk organza one. So anyway, but okay, so see how I've got that nice? I'm gonna just press a little bit more along this right here. Use your steam. Steam is our friend. So the way I mark it, and it's just like in your PowerPoint, I'm gonna do a little snip, and I'm gonna do a little snip right here in this corner, and I'm gonna, about 1/8 of an inch, I'm gonna snip where it turns back. See right there? See how I've snipped that? And then I'm gonna do a little snip right here where it turns back right here. Okay, so I've got this snip and I've got this snip. So I've got 2 snips. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, and I want this to kind of lay flat here, is I'm now going to take out my pins, and I'm going to open this up. See, I had these pins in there to mark this, so I got those. And then I am going to chalk a line, okay? And I have some chalk right here, okay? And this is this is called Taylor's chalk. You can get this in pressed chalk or you can get it in wax. I prefer the pressed chalk. Wax is fine on wool, but I don't really like wax on this. And you know, I really prefer just the pressed chalk. Okay, so now I gotta find my little, I'm gonna put a pin there because it's, okay, there's my snip, kind of right there. And there's this snip right here, okay? And now I'm gonna take my ruler, flatten this out, and I'm going to draw a line, okay? From edge to edge, okay? Can you see that, where I put this at that pin and this one here, okay? So I've got that. Now I'm going to chalk away, and I've got this bright pink so that you can see it. And this will be on the inside, so I'm not too worried about it. But just, you have to kind of, you get that in there. You can use a chalk wheel. You can use a Frixion pen, a pencil. No, when I say pencil, a marking pencil. Fabric marking pencil. I'm not meaning like your pencil with lead in it, or, you know. Okay, so I've got that marked. Doesn't that look great? You can see that. And it ends, you want it to end right there, that snip. Snip, snip. See, there's that snip. Now this is a little bit over, and this one is a little bit over, but when I bring them together, I'll make sure I keep those together, and maybe even start on the, like this pink line left a little bit of a, it's a little bit wider, so I'll just start it, but I'll start right there where I've snipped.